Well, good evening, America. I am so excited to see you on this Wednesday night. What it do? What it do? I am Wendy Torres, one of your co hosts for the Mentor Mentee podcast, and I welcome you here with us tonight.
Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. I am your other co-host, Emil Thomas. I'm ready to get into this. This is going to be fun. Episode 5.
Wow.
Yeah. What that mean? That meant we just stuck it through long enough for 5 weeks. And here we go,
Right.
the day before the holidays.
The
and
day
we in it.
before Thanksgiving, and we in this joint.
All right, let's get in. Check in. How you doing, Wendy?
I am so. How am I doing?
How you doing?
How am I doing? Did you ask me? Did you ask me how I was doing?
Yeah, how you doing?
I am so excited. I am so glad that now Georgia has certified their election. Georgia is my vote counted, and my shirt is blue because Georgia is blue. Yes,
come on
you may
with
clap.
it. Yeah, come on with it.
You may clap. You did that, Atlanta.
Keep going.
No, but I'm very excited. I'm glad that we got whatever concession we're going to get. That the Biden campaign has gotten they've gotten the okay to be able to move forward for the transition, and that we're making this transition. I was worried, America. I don't know about y'all, but I was worried.
And the fate of all this lies on Georgia yet again, huh?
Yes, it does. We're not done. So. Moving in, also in my check-in, last week I told you hopefully I would have some great news. And so I am so excited to say that I have made a major milestone in my life. I have officially lost 100 pounds. Yay! What you say now, I guess. So I have no promises of trying to stay at 170 pounds because this has been a very arduous and tedious endeavor.
Talk about
However, hey Hill Story, we're so happy to have you. Our girl from Unprofessional Development is in the house as always. Yes. This has not been the easiest of journeys. So I make no promises, but I am trying. I don't want to gain it back. However, I'm going to say it. I don't say this often. I'm very proud to have made this milestone. Hi, Jennifer. Hey, AP and Reed. I'm so glad you guys are here with us tonight.
Hey, Jen, how are you? Happy Thanksgiving.
And Jennifer, hey. So that's my check-in.
That's your check-in?
Yes. My vote counted. My state is blue.
Okay. And we got to run off in 4 weeks.
And we're going to bring it through yet again.
Okay, here we go. Listen, they said 75,000 people had already requested for an absentee ballot. We're going to see how many of these 75,000 show up. Okay, we're gonna see. I requested mine, I think, a week and a half ago.
Okay.
So we're gonna see what happens. Well, it might be part 2 that I'm gonna have to come back again.
I got 5 on it if you got to come home.
Okay, go ahead. We could just start making our bets now. Y'all, it's Wednesday. I feel good. I have it's been a week. I'm officially done with school. It's a snap, I guess, I'm going on leave for a year. I ain't gonna lie. There's a battle, right? Okay, honest moment. There's a battle that happens when you have to make a pause in your plans. Yes. There are days where you have to fight against the urge that what you are doing is falling short of your goal. Not achieving your goal, and the fact that you have to pivot, sometimes having to pivot really just stresses the body. It stresses the mind, and that you're not going in the direction you thought you originally were going to be going. And so for me, I am someone, when I get to the end of a chapter, I'm very reflective. Or when I come to a sudden pause of a chapter, I'm very reflective of it. And so this has been a week of, I appreciate you, Queen Jennifer. I also know it was your birthday the other day, so happy belated birthday. I hope you are about to have a fantastic weekend. But so I just know that like coming up until yesterday, I was feeling all of those, things are over. It is what it is. And now I'm moving on to the next. So I feel good about it. Go ahead, get me.
No, I'm saying I'm really glad that you made that comment about the pivot and how it puts a stress on the body, right? So
yes.
When we one of the things that when we're training, sometimes we do sprints.
Yep.
And I do not like them. But the part about sprints that are important is the pivot.
Yes.
Right. You got to run down and you got to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So if you run down, and so like that meme of the baby that runs in the room and then he goes oh, and he turns around.
Yeah.
So you see a lot of people when they run sprints, that's what they're doing, right? They run down and then they try to skirt around. But one of my girlfriends, her name is Joy. She taught us you got to pivot that thing, right? So you got to run down and you got to turn real quick and come back out. So or because that can put stress on your body and it can slow your time down. Yes. So I'm glad that you have decided to embrace the pivot.
Yes.
Right. And you're going to make that turn.
Yep.
And then let's see what the next direction will bring you. And instead of skirting around the issue.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's actually the blessing of the time because the time doesn't allow you to skirt around. You just have to pivot. Right. In the beginning, many of us did a quick pivot when we went to the first shutdown. But the truth of the matter is we're going to continue pivoting until we get out of this thing and we figure out where we can do the long distance run. Because everything we're doing right now is a sprint.
That's Caleb.
Come on, King Caleb. What's up, brother?
We're going to pivot, right? Because, and see, you're going to find out in this time period, it is those that can do what? Pivot are going to be the ones that are able to be successful.
Yeah, and we're just gonna keep doing it. Come on, we okay. So I'm in the mood. So let's just keep getting into it. Okay. Let's talk about it. Gratitude.
Okay.
Gratitude. Right on it. It's the day before Thanksgiving.
It is.
Some of us are no longer saying Thanksgiving. We're saying Family Feast Day, right? Because we do not want to continue to celebrate. Look at Caleb Partners in the house, superstar. Yes, Caleb is a phenomenal actor. He is also a videographer. He is also a writer. He is all the above and a great artist that I have the privilege of working with. So I'm so happy that you're here. So let's talk about gratitude.
Okay, let's talk about it.
All right. So I don't have a complicated relationship with gratitude, right? But I do sometimes not vocalize my gratitude. Okay. I don't always communicate gratitude. And that is a work in progress for me. So today we're going to get into it and figure out all the ways that we can be grateful for whatever it is, small or large, but what it is that's important. And so everyone watching and listening, I need you to participate because we want to hear it. We want to hear what you're grateful for, what you're thinking about as we go into this particular season.
So let's get started then. So tell me right off the bat, what are you grateful for in this moment? So you guys can put that in the comments, but Emil, you're first. Go. What are you grateful for?
So the first thing I'm going to say is I have to be grateful for life. Now that is the obvious first one. Many of us are going to go like, we grateful for life. We're thankful for breath. However, this past year, so last November, I got walking pneumonia. Which I don't know if it was just walking pneumonia or if I had COVID, but I had gotten very sick. The point of the matter is I had gotten extremely sick that I had to go to the hospital and everything. Since then, I have over the course of the year, I have had many asthma attacks, which have meant that I have now had to stay on an inhaler. And so because of that, I'm having to check out myself in ways that I haven't before. And so I really have to say I am grateful for breath of life because in a year when many of us are struggling to breathe, I am so thankful for those days when I do not have to take the inhaler and I can just simply be. So that's my first one. What's your first one?
So right now I'm going to say that I am so grateful for an amazing baby sister and a daughter that come in on the clutch, because right now they are trying to handle Thanksgiving and be oh so quiet because we're doing this podcast. So we're going to give them a little leeway and let y'all know, listen, it's the day before Thanksgiving. We're doing a live podcast. You're going to hear some clinking and clanking because they're cooking in the kitchen.
My bad. No, it's good. It's good. You know, what's so crazy is that we talked about, we were like, I think we should do this in the kitchen.
We should have,
yeah, because I'm about to start prepping. So I was like, oh, that would have been so good. But you know what? So next year.
Yeah. And so that leads me to my first gratefulness is family. And one thing that I have learned is that family is not always by blood. Family is those people that see about you, right? And so I am just in this place. I was telling a guy friend earlier today that I just hope that you are in a place that you are happy, because I am just in such a state of happiness, right? I'm just so grateful for the people that I have around me. When you have, you don't know to be grateful for the people you have until unless you've been in a place where you were void of that, right? So being a person that has been in a place where you were surrounded by people where you could not trust, you were void of love. When you have love, when you have genuine respect, and when you have genuine support, that is something you should be grateful for and you should acknowledge. So I am beyond grateful for the friend group that God has blessed me with in this hour. Because it is a load off to be able to just relax and not what's happening, what's going on. And only people that have been through that would understand that. If you're a person and you've always had that, then I'm not talking to you. But if you're a person that has ever been in a place where people have not always respected or honored who you are, my prayer for you is that God surrounds you with people that acknowledge who you are and cherish that. Because at this moment, that's how I feel. I feel loved and cherished. And that I'm grateful for.
Okay. It's back on me, right? It's back on me.
And my shirt is blue. Did I mention that my state was blue?
Okay, let's get through some of these comments.
Okay, yes.
Jennifer said, I'm grateful that I am genuinely loved. I have love. Yeah, keep that have, right? Key word that it's present right now. What's up, Kiji? Oh, look, now they're just having conversations. And that's the whole thing. I'm grateful for time to create, says King Caleb. Hey, that's the truth. Anytime that we're able to release our creative endeavors are absolutely a spiritual and physical release for most artists. And then the artist says, amen, right? Kidji says, same to you. I'm acknowledging gratitude and the indigenous people, not the colonizers. I got you. We hear it. Hill Story says, friends are the family that I choose.
Yes.
Jennifer Kidji, same boat. The colonizers do not own my gratitude. Listen, it's a great conversation right now. Many people are truly like changing they're pushing forward the idea of Thanksgiving is not, it is a colonizer holiday. We absolutely recognize that. Most American holidays are colonized holidays, if you don't know. And so you do have to find a reason to celebrate it that is personal and present to your current livelihood. Or not celebrate it at all. That's your business, right? That's absolutely your business. Erica. She said, I am grateful for my family, my future, and my business. Amen to all three of those.
Yes. Absolutely. And Erica, make sure you tune in next week too. We're going to be talking about Black entrepreneurship with some people I think you know.
Okay, so here's my second one. Okay, so the second thing that I'm grateful is, and I'm not going to be cheesy, but I'm going to put my family and friends in the next category together because the friends that I have are only family. Very similar to what you're saying.
There we go.
right? Very similar to what you're saying, but at the same time, you don't have, too many family members, and you really don't have too many friends when you actually look at it. It's a
Right.
very tight knit group of individuals compared to what's going on out there. So in a time where we've all had to turn to technology and really like put in the work to make the phone call, to do house parties, to play games. I'm just very grateful because this has been a year where many of us have been in separate places. And so really keeping relationships strong have meant that everyone has had to step up in terms of dedication of time, dedication of energy, and dedication of communication. So to my family and friends, I love you and I adore you all. To many of you guys who are here. So I'm just saying it to you guys too, Wendy, number 2,
Yeah.
what you grateful for?
So I am grateful for the wait.
Oh.
So listen, COVID came and pretty much shut the world down, right? And
Mm-hmm.
we all had plans. One of my girlfriend met a major milestone this year. She just turned 35. Happy birthday, AP. I love you. Um, and so she had all these plans in her mind of what she would have done for her birthday, but all that was put on pause, right? We're not
Mm.
going out of the country. We're not doing all those things because of COVID. I had a book release all set and ready to go. I'm going to write this book. I'm going to do this. Everything was going to be done in June. And then COVID happened.
Right.
And, put all my plans on pause. And then here I am. So then I put on my big girl britches and reach out to some people and come to find out that had I done what I wanted to do when I wanted to do it, my project wouldn't have been what I needed it to be.
Mm.
So I'm grateful for the pause. And sometimes when God is trying to get you to be still and you want to move fast, He knows how to make you be still. So I'm grateful for that because now here we are doing a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I've got all kinds of other projects in the works. Stay tuned. And that one book is turned into 3.
Come on.
So, like, I'm just grateful for being in a place where I was okay with no. Because
Mm.
sometimes we're not okay with no. I guess that could have been a third one, but that's what the pause was. It's not time yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just grateful that I had wherewithal enough to embrace the pause.
I'll take that. I got that. Number 3. I am grateful for the creative endeavors to release. Uh so for me, right, when COVID happened,
Come on. Rejection is redirection. I'm sorry to cut you off, sir.
you okay. Before I get into it, it's all good. Go ahead, Kiji. Um so for me, COVID shut down a lot of things, mainly my industry. Ultimately the industry. But I had a privilege to be able to go back to my theater in Georgia and to figure out how you could make something in this time. And I am so thankful for not only the artists that helped me put that piece together, but I am thankful for the emotional and spiritual release that happens when I create work. Specifically when I create work of my own, right? Weekly for me right now, when I get off of here, I am physically and spiritually released and I rest because I have just done something creative. Making partners into a thing, releasing it to the world, giving its gift to others was a release, an ultimate release, a release that I could have never I just can't explain, but they only happen when I do something creative. And so I have to just, yes, yeah, come on, King. And so I just have to give thanks that when you create something very personal and you do not know the outcome of sharing your personal story, how it will be viewed, how others will take it, if relationships will ever be, it will be healed, will be able to reshape itself. You just put yourself in a position that is a lot of unknowns. But that is the beauty of the artist, and those who are willing to take those risks hopefully reap the reward. And so I'm thankful because I feel like this year I reaped that reward by sharing more of myself, which made me more comfortable to do something like this. Because now you got, because seeing me every week, I'm a moody cat, man. Sometimes I'm like good, and sometimes I'm not good, and sometimes I'm good at hiding, and sometimes I don't want to hide nothing. I don't have any energy to hide it from the world. So I appreciate everybody hanging out and chilling with us. But yes, that's my number 3. So what's your 3?
Okay, so I am very, very grateful for I want to say like second chances, but I just want to for new sight, right? So I really, really feel like so you know me, right? You've known me for a very long time.
Yes.
And you know me as Miss Torres and Angel One. You know 100% the things that we were capable of doing and the things that we have done. But there's been a time I walked away from that people don't know that. And I was feeling like I needed to prove who I was. I am so grateful for being in a space where that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't have to prove that I used to be somebody. Like I'm just Wendy. You can put you can put a reverend on the front of it. You cannot. You can put a Mrs. on the front of it. You cannot. You can put a whatever you want on it. You can put some other stuff on the front of it. You cannot. I don't even care. I'm just grateful for existing in this particular moment, being here in this time, not just to help other people, but to help other people, to help people get through this trying time. There are people grieving. People have lost loved ones. This is a scary place to be. And are we doing a number 4?
I was going to say something and then see if there was a number 4, but you can throw in 4.
I'll just put it in here. No.
Yeah, throw it in there.
I am grateful for witnessing this time period. I believe wholeheartedly that we are witnessing the end of an era. We are watching the complete end of a thing. I can't say 100% what that is, but when you have John Lewis, C.T. Vivian, and Joseph Lowery, all civil rights icons, pass away in 1 year. You have Ruth Bader Ginsburg pass away in this year. Even people like Kenny Rogers and Alex Trebek pass away within this time period. They all represent a particular space and time.
Right.
And so we are watching that time period cut off. Right. And there's about to be go back to your word.
Pivot.
Who's
gonna pivot?
I'm grateful. I feel like
wait, can we talk about the pivot of the year? What's that blue shirt say? The pivot of the year? What? It went from red, it pivot turned purple, and then the next election went blue. Okay, let's just go back. Sorry. I just wanted to explain it again.
Because even in this, the ending of an era.
Yep.
People say all the time, my vote doesn't count. My voice doesn't count. This time their voice counted. It mattered. I feel like I'm sitting on a hill watching all of these things play out. The sunset happening. I am just watching the universe shift.
Yeah.
And I'm just grateful to be alive in this moment so that when I have grandchildren, I can tell them about this shift.
Let me ask you a question. What does it actually mean to be grateful, though?
Oh, good question. I would think that gratefulness is the acknowledgement of favor. It is to say, I have received something, and I acknowledge that I have received something and that I have benefited from it, and I might not have even been worthy of it, right? I'm grateful for the people around me. I've had some push and tug with people because of my own self.
Mm-hmm.
But I have friends that have stuck with me through thick and thin or hard times.
Mm-hmm.
What that means is those people being in my life, they could have said, I no longer choose to be in your life, but they're here. So I'm grateful because I have the benefit of them in my life when I don't I don't even deserve it.
Right.
So to acknowledge I'm grateful for my job, well, then that means that somebody else could have gotten your job. So do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Gratefulness should be the acknowledgement that you are in a place that you don't have to be in because it wasn't by your own merit and your own doing that you are in that space. You're
Yeah.
in that space by some level of favor.
Right. Yes.
That's
Yeah.
but that's my opinion.
I love it, but I did want to ask it only because often when we get into these when we get into these conversations and I open it up to the ideas of conversations that the topic is on a specific word and then it's never defined.
Okay.
Right. And so you actually, it's like, yeah, you keep hearing the word, but what are we actually, when we talk about being grateful, are we ever actually considering the definition of the word every time we say it? Or does that word just have a natural meaning and feeling, right? That we just, when we think about it, we get up and go to it.
Well, let's ask the people, what do you guys, what is it to mean? What does it mean to be grateful? Go ahead and put that in the comments. Keep going.
Okay. So that was that. The second thing I wanted to say was this. We talk often about, and I love it, right? So if y'all don't know, we just talk to each other. This is literally just Wendy and I. If we were on the phone, if we were in person, right, you're just watching us naturally communicate. One of the things that I was excited about was in doing this is the ability not to think about what you want to say before, right? And I think when you're put in the seat and you have the opportunity to prepare for something, so I'm grateful. What am I grateful for? You have the opportunity to get such a huge message across. But really, it's the things that come to your mind at the millisecond, right? That it's like the moment I ask, what are those things? And so those are I find often, especially tomorrow, as we get to be together with the family, or you're going to be on Zoom, wherever you may be, or you might be hanging out with yourself, to just like have a moment, right? And I'm not getting to Sugar Bear Chronicles, but I'm just saying, have a moment in which you really consider at that moment what you're going to be grateful for, right? I'm going to be tomorrow. I get to hang out with friends that my roommate has brought me into when I first moved here, right? So I've been here for 2 years, and now this circle has not only embraced me into their family, but now I have considered them my family. And so tomorrow when we're together, I'm going to be grateful for the recognition and the blessing of having an additional family somewhere else, right? Because when you move somewhere that you don't know nobody, you got to be grateful for those that are willing to be down, take you in and be down with you as you ground yourself in those steps.
Right.
And so those are all acknowledgments that I wanna pass on as we think about just language, because you have to give your language emotion. Give the emotion language.
Yes.
If you ain't giving the emotion language, is it actually working? Is it actually doing what it's going to do? I don't quite know. So, Wendy, I do got a question for you.
Okay. And I have an answer.
You got something to rant about today?
Okay, so I thought about this.
Okay.
What in the world is a green bean casserole? Ain't nobody who made such a concoction. This travesty of a dish listen, that's electricity that has to be put out. on in the oven, green beans and cream of mushroom soup, and some onions. What is this fraggle bowl? This
Okay. Who made you green bean casserole?
I just saw too many things on Facebook talking
Yes.
about what these different Thanksgiving traditions. Listen, nobody is eating green bean casserole. We don't. Do y'all eat potato salad on Thanksgiving Day? And we do not call it stuffing. It is dressing. If it is not dressing, we're not eating it. And it's not stovetop.
What's the
It
difference
doesn't come
between
out of a
dressing and
box.
stuffing?
Stuffing comes out of a box. Dressing
Okay.
is cornbread dressing. It is made from cornbread. You have to cook the cornbread first.
Uh-huh.
And then whatever your grandmother puts in it, some people put hen, some people put chicken, some people put turkey.
Uh-huh.
But that is dressing, dears.
And
We
stuffing.
do not. And stuffing is some stuff that comes out of a box. I don't know what that is. It is breadcrumbs that goes on top of stuff. We use that on top of other things. That is not a dish.
So I got a question. So my grandfather's recipe is potato based. What would you consider that? Dressing or stuffing?
I don't know because
We call it stuffing.
okay.
But stuffing is the box, right? That's what you're getting.
I'm talking about this, right? I'm talking about that dry stuff that looks like croutons that we put on a salad, y'all. That's not what we eating. It's Thanksgiving. We're not eating that mess. Don't
Right.
bring no green beans on Thanksgiving Day. You bring that to the cookout with the don't bring no baked beans. We don't eat any beans on Thanksgiving.
Okay, so it also sounds like what you're saying is there's a barbecue menu and there's a Thanksgiving menu.
Listen, I need y'all to get y'all menus together. There's a menu for Thanksgiving. There's a menu for Christmas. There's a menu for the cookout.
Okay.
And for Sunday dinner. You got to get that stuff together, y'all. Don't bring that mess around here. And don't be putting no raisins in no potato salad.
Nah, I gotta say raisins are nasty. I don't mess with. I don't know why people want to eat dried grapes.
Hill said that your grandfather is in a league of his own. I'm
Yes,
not even
he is.
messing with it.
Yes, he was. That is our favorite recipe. Everyone, listen. If you,
But I will
not a
try it
Thomas,
too.
if you can't,
Right.
you ain't a Thomas if you can't make it.
Hill, that family over there can cook. We're gonna go over there and sneak us a little something.
I don't know, Wendy. I don't want to give you nothing because we're trying to keep that 100 away from you. Okay.
Yes.
I'll give you one piece of anything, and it's going. That's why we got hips.
That is my rant. It is just listen. Know where you're going for Thanksgiving. You do your research. If you're going to a house that eats dressing, don't go in there with no stuffing and don't bring no green beans and no mushroom soup.
Okay, so this is my aunt Hathi. She's saying we call it stuffing because we stuff our turkey with it, which is also
true. But you're right. See, that's
right.
But there is a difference.
Right.
That's a difference. Dressing is in a pan, big old pan. Stuffing you do put in the turkey.
Can we talk about? Let's talk about our menus for a moment before we get into Sugar Bear Chronicles.
Fine.
Because you are. I'm just gonna keep saying it because it's beautiful, right? You 100-pound slider. And so your Thanksgiving is not going to look like everyone else's in your family. So what you gonna be eating on Thursday?
Okay, so listen, I am happy because this is my first Thanksgiving that my family has actually asked me to cook. They normally don't want me to cook because they don't want my fat-free, meat-free, anything.
Wait, Antonio went there.
He did. I was gonna.
Thank you for saying it.
Right, we were thinking it. We just didn't say it. So I made collard greens with turkey. I made black eyed peas with smoked turkey.
Okay.
I made some candied yams for my own house, and for myself, I made my own mac and cheese out of cauliflower. Will I eat the macaroni and cheese tomorrow? Yes, but I will not be bringing that home. No wheat for me, no pasta.
Okay, so that's the treat for Thursday is the mac and cheese.
Now the family's going to have dressing. They're going to have hen. They're going to have turkey. They're going to have cranberry sauce. There's going to be some fried corn. That's a family staple for us. Fried
Fried
corn.
corn. Corn on the cob?
No, ma'am, I'm not putting no ham hocks in my greens.
Man, we need ham hocks in them greens. I listen, Ashley, I'm putting ham hocks in my greens. I didn't get started on what I was doing, but she lost 100 pounds. She's trying to live, right?
I probably need to follow Ashley because that's the quarterback. Listen, that's the prototype right there. If you wanna do something physical, you just follow her lead because she has it together. But it's turkey in mine tomorrow.
Okay, I got you. So what we doing? Okay, so I'm in charge of cornbread, and we just actually just do cornbread. We don't turn our cornbread into dressing. Right, that's what. Okay, yeah, we don't turn it into dressing.
We have cornbread and dressing. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, that's a lot of cornbread. Just so yes. So we're doing cornbread. I'm making penne, which is a pork shoulder. It's been marinating for the last 24 hours, so it's about to go into the oven and roast the evening away. I can't wait. And then I'm making empanadas, and I do sausage and chorizo mix. And then I do avocado, which is vegan. So you would love that. That'll be right up your alley that you can have a couple of them. But those are going to be part of the appetizers. And then it's just going to be everyone's making 2 or 3 dishes. So it will be a lot of food. Not like anybody actually needs to have an additional feast this year, because we should all be honest. It wasn't like we haven't been eating. We've been home the whole time. So let's not fake the funk. But I also can't wait. So I cannot wait at all for this feast to happen. All right, let me get into my Sugar Bear Chronicles, because I feel like I might as well just get into Sugar Bear Chronicles, which is to say, appreciate the ending of the chapter and be okay with what the new chapter does not tell you. Be okay with what the new chapter does not tell you. We are going into the end of the year. 2021 is really around the corner. Many of us are ending our last couple of days or weeks at work, or with school, and we're preparing to stick it out for what is about to be the holiday season, and just be okay with the pivot. Be okay with the change that is about to come. Things are going to be new. We got things to look forward to in the new year, right? We got a new blue state. We got a new president. We got a new VP. We have a new senior advisory board. And if all goes well, we'll have a controlled Senate. And things are going to happen. And we have to keep our hopes high. So my blessing to you as you go into your holiday season is that you put yourself first, put your family first, put your health first, enjoy yourself, listen to good music, eat good food, stay sane, because the new year is coming and there are some many, many, many blessings coming our way. This one is about to be interesting. I don't even know how this is about to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we end this episode today, our tradition is always to talk about today's dream is tomorrow's reality, or is tomorrow's dream today's reality.
Wait, before we do that, I know breaking protocol. I did just want to say a little bit, because we are in a weird time, and tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and some people have lost loved ones because of COVID. And so tomorrow is not going to be a day that they're very festive. So I just want you to know that Emil and I are thinking about you. We're praying for you, for friends and family members that have lost loved ones or that are ill in this time. Some people are even feel guilty to be happy right now, right? Because others have gone through so much. And so we're mindful of that. I did not want this podcast or this time to pass without saying that was something that we are mindful of. We're thinking about. So for those friends and family members of ours that are grieving in this time, we grieve with you. We love you. And we feel that. I just wanted to put that out there.
Thank you for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So, Wendy, is today's dream tomorrow's reality, or is tomorrow's dream today's reality? As she thinks about it, y'all out there, go ahead, let us know. Is today's dream tomorrow's reality, or is tomorrow's dream today's reality?
So today's dream is tomorrow's reality for me right now. Because, I just got my book review back from the editor,
Oh,
and all of these notes and all of these things and all of this information. It's a lot. And this is a dream that has been in me for over a year. Um, and now I have to re-envision it, right? I have to see it anew in a different way, not in the way that I envisioned it before, but in a new way. And I'm ready to embrace that. And so that means that I have to open myself to a new dream, visualize that so that I can do what angels do and make a dream come true every one step at a time. And so then I'll walk that out, and that will be a reality tomorrow.
I love that. I also can't wait to hear about the edits, but I'll wait till after the show because.
Okay.
Okay, Tyrus A. Russell. Today's dream is tomorrow's reality. Tomorrow's reality. Oftentimes we have to rewrite the vision before it comes to pass, which is absolutely true, right? You have to keep dreaming. The dream continues. We were talking about that last week about the idea that the dream continues to morph itself until it really is what it's supposed to do. Hey, Melanie, she says, Wendy's today's dream, tomorrow's reality is absolutely beautiful. I know we were going to get into I knew we were going to get into our feelings today. That's probably why I'm gonna be honest. Earlier this week, I told Wendy, I said, I don't know if we should do this. I don't know. We got stuff to talk about. The truth of the matter was, my editor was like, I don't know if you're trying to be vulnerable this week. And the truth is, you ain't got a choice.
Right.
So
Ty said, dreamers always dream again.
Come on.
You better come through with the word, sir.
I once read this quote, and I'm not going to tell you who said it because I don't remember at the moment, that said, to paraphrase, the problem with adults is they stop imagining. And so my fear as a kid was like, I don't want to grow up and stop imagining.
That's why I will never grow up.
I will never. Right. Peter Pan all day. All right, y'all. I have to answer this question. And the truth of the matter is, I am matching Wendy today. Today's dream is tomorrow's reality. For no specific reason other than I have a core belief that the holiday season is the perfect, ample time for you to dream your wildest dreams. It is a great time for you to release yourself to an idea that things can change in the new year. And so it is always exciting for me as we enter the holiday season to remember what it was like to be that kid and just imagine the possibilities, to imagine the endless possibilities, the things that can change, the things that can happen after winter. And so today's dream is tomorrow's reality, because just as I said in the Sugar Bear Chronicles, there are exciting things happening for all of us in the new year. There are a lot of things coming our way. And so we just got to hold on tight until we get there. All right, we got another. All right, here we go. So Brendan said, today's dream is tomorrow's reality because today I'm dreaming about food and tomorrow I get to eat it.
And as Ashley said, and there it
is. We all in our feelings, and sis is like, you know what? Y'all need to be quiet. I just want to eat, and I'm looking forward to all this food I'm about to eat. You're right.
But I also agree with Ashley that maturity is overrated. Listen, people, bills, 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 and more bills. That's what being grown is. Live, have fun, enjoy life, laugh, smile, do something silly. Like sometimes I think about the fact that I hang out with people that are 20 years my junior, and I don't care. Live, have a good time at life. When you leave this place, have left it all on the field. Maturity is overrated.
Yep, they definitely ain't going nowhere. They're just
Right.
gonna keep coming.
Have a good time. I was going to say something.
Uh-huh. And then what happened? Yeah.
Just about dreaming dreams, right? Um, you've got to be. When I was younger, I used to have a dream. Okay, I hate traffic. I'm gonna
Okay.
tell this story. I got a few minutes.
Yeah.
I hate traffic. And so when I used to be in the car with my dad and we would be stuck in traffic, I used to say, I wish I could put the coordinates of where we were going into the car and the car would just go over the trees and get there.
Mm.
Because I learned about latitude and longitude early. Yes, I'm really a social studies geek. So I wish I could just put the coordinates in the car and like we could just go. That is a crazy thought for a 7-year-old that I have contemplated into 48. Like, how would you do that? Like, would it be laser brains or tractor brains? Or my point being this, and all of the crazy things that my brain has ever thought of, I have seen those things come to pass. Other people have done them, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have got to pay attention to your dreams. Don't ever think if your brain can think it, it is possible. I believe that. No one can take that away from me. I believe it wholeheartedly. Now, it may take a forklift, it may take physics, it may take aerodynamics, it might take some kind of science that you don't know to make it happen. But if it is an idea planted in your head, that means it's possible. Pay attention to your dreams. And my prayer for you and my thought for you is that your dreams will dream dreams. Let your ideas just start thinking of other ideas and then try to capitalize on that.
I've heard sometimes people say, as you're talking about dreams, I often hear people say like, oh, I dream a lot and some dreams I don't keep, right? And so I share my dreams with other people. Because not everything is for me, right? And then some people say this, they say the same exact thing, they just don't say the word dream, they just say, God brought me this, and this is for me to share. I often think about as you're talking about dreaming, I'm thinking about how not only is it a privilege to dream, but when you dream something, it is also the start of a chase.
Come on.
It is the start of a new competition, because I don't want you ever to think you are the only person that dreams something.
That's my point.
Someone else, I don't know, but maybe someone else gets the same dream as you somewhere else in the world. And there's a chase between who's going to make that happen first. Because so often, everyone's had this moment. Have you ever dreamt something, not done anything with it, and then years later see it happen to someone else?
Yeah.
Literally, the dream is just like living in their reality. And you're like, bro, like,
I thought of that.
I literally was talking about that last week. And look, someone else got it going on. So I just want everyone to remember, you didn't dream it by yourself. Someone else is too. And you can either be that type of person who's saying, you know what, I want to give things out and I want to keep things for myself. Or you can also be the other person that's like, I recognize that, and now I'm gonna get mine while I can get it before someone else.
That's good. That's a good place. That's a good place too.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So Florence says, don't let fear hold you back. Keep following your dreams. Life is to number. Preach. Kidji, damn, bro. It's fact. It's true. It's so true. All right. Dreams can be interrupted. Can be
Yeah,
interpreted
interpreted,
as a prolific. Uh,
prophetic,
go ahead.
a prophetic impartation. It's God's way of igniting you to get this or that started, and that is exactly what I'm saying. Sometimes it's not even a dream, right? It's a vision. You see a thing as it's about to come to pass. And so that's what I'm saying. Don't be afraid of your dreams, and don't ever think that your dream is unattainable. Start where you can and watch how God shifts that thing and brings
Mm.
it into pass. Um, I had a dream and I had a vision. I'm not going to share it, but
Why? Because someone else got it too, right? Go.
I have a dream and a vision, and I see a thing happening, and I know it's going to come to pass, and I am watching it. Now, when I had it, it didn't make any sense. And I mentioned it to one person, but I'm watching it pan itself out. Um, you can't force it. You just got to step by step by step. And that still plays into what we're talking about tonight about being grateful and gratitude. Because remember, we said that being grateful is to recognize that you are in a place that you actually didn't deserve to be in. So to see your dreams come to pass is to be in a place to bring into manifestation, into the natural, something that was just in your mind, in a dream state, in a vision. And now we see the manifestation of it. Edgar Graham Bell did it. He said, I just want to talk to somebody that ain't even here. And now I'm talking to you on a microphone with 100 people on a computer. And ain't none of us in the same place.
Facts on facts. Facts on facts.
Mic drop, but he'll hurt me if I drop this mic for real. So.
You know what? I'm closing on that one because that's all we got, y'all. I do want to I hope all y'all have a great family feast day, Thanksgiving, Thursday. May you be in peace and surrounded by love. And if you aren't, may you be in peace with yourself and find love with yourself and things to do with yourself. Stay busy, have fun. I heard there's no Thanksgiving Day parade tomorrow. Like, I mean, the Rockefeller tree looks like it was on fire and then they saved it and threw it up there. So yeah, that's where we are now.
Just take deep breaths. It's gonna be okay.
Well, let's wait. We got one more comment. Go ahead.
So Lloyd said, "How?"
Yep.
Y'all ain't taking my ideas. Do you know how much intellectual property I have given away in these 48 years? No, ma'am.
Oh man, that's hilarious. Listen, it's a COVID treat.
Oh, listen, tune in next week.
Go ahead.
When we talk about millennials and entrepreneurship, when I cannot wait, when the one and only Shayon Green and Lola Stacks will be here to talk to us about mentorship and their partnership, and about being business owners in 2020 as a millennial.
But but tell them the kicker about it. Who are they to you?
My trainers.
Oh, okay. Everyone's gonna meet who Wendy be talking about every Wednesday. That's what's gonna happen next week. Okay, let's get to the real nitty gritty.
I wasn't gonna mention that.
I will. So those that she has been talking about are going to be joining us next week for a conversation about entrepreneurship, which is going to be great. You've gotten really serious about that topic in the last couple of years.
Yes, especially for black children. I think it's empowering for us. I'm excited. Shayon is part owner of the #1 gym in the nation, and Lola is a budding entrepreneur. And you being the owner of one of the premier theaters in the state of Georgia. I think it's a great conversation. I'm excited about it. Being the only non-business owner.
You know what I'm going to do? I want to do as well. And I know we're saying this online, but it's whatever. There's been a lot of people in COVID who have started careers and started businesses.
That's the point.
And I want to reach out to one of them because I want to hear how this journey has been. It's been a great time for people to start doing like product work, right? And you can just sell it online. So I would love to see if we can add one more to the group that has been specifically working in this time period and how that has shifted. Because we pivoted, right? But they have just like jump started. And so those are important differences to know, right?
Yeah.
In your journey, someone who's starting something and someone who has to pivot something that had already been in motion and profitable and working.
Yeah, I believe that in this hour, there is a whole new leadership, economic leadership is being raised up in the millennials, and I'm excited about it. So tune in next week as we talk about entrepreneurship and we talk about entrepreneurship in the Black community specifically. And so until then, next time, I'm Wendy Torres.
And I'm Emil Thomas.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.